Your cat settles at your feet every night, not beside your head where the pillow is softest, not curled against your stomach where your body heat radiates strongest, at your feet, sometimes so precisely positioned that you wake up unable to move your toes. Most people assume this is about warmth, or maybe the cat claiming the least intrusive spot to avoid being disturbed. Some think it's random, just wherever the cat happened to land. Both explanations feel reasonable. Neither is what's actually happening. What's actually happening involves a survival instinct that predates domestication by millions of years, a spatial calculation your cat makes within seconds of entering your bedroom, and a form of trust that researchers didn't fully understand until 2019. Number 1. The tactical sleeping position. In 2018, researchers at the University of Lincoln's School of Life Sciences studied sleeping positions in 157 domestic cats over 6 months using motion-activated cameras. What they found contradicts the idea that cats choose sleeping spots randomly or purely for comfort. 89% of cats in multi-cat households selected positions that provided clear sightlines to at least 2 entry points in the room. Your feet represent the tactical advantage position in your bed. From there, your cat can see the bedroom door and usually a window. If you sleep on your side, your body creates a partial barrier that shields them from one direction, while their head remains oriented toward potential threats. Dr. Sarah Ellis, who led the study, noted that cats positioned at human feet had 34% faster reaction times to introduce stimuli compared to cats sleeping at head level, because the feet position allowed them to spring away in any direction without navigating around a human body first. Number 2. The temperature regulation paradox. Here's where it gets counterintuitive. A 2020 study by veterinary researchers at UC Davis measured the microclimate temperatures of different sleeping positions on human beds using thermal imaging. The foot of the bed averaged 2.3 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than the head area, where human breath and head heat accumulate. Cats have a higher baseline body temperature than humans, between 100.5 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. And they struggle more with heat retention in domestic environments than with cold. Dr. Jessica Vogelsang, who co-authored the study, found that 68% of cats tested actively moved away from the warmest parts of beds during sleep, seeking what she termed thermal equilibrium zones. Your feet provide warmth, but not excessive warmth. The blanket layer over your feet creates an insulated pocket that stays within the cat's preferred ambient temperature range of 86 to 97 degrees. They're not seeking maximum heat. They're seeking optimal heat, the temperature that lets them maintain deep sleep cycles without the metabolic stress of thermoregulation. Number 3. The predator-prey positioning system. Cats are mesopredators, meaning they are both predators and prey in their natural ecosystem. This dual status created specific sleeping behaviors that persist in domestic cats. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior analyzed sleeping positions in 203 cats and correlated them with personality assessments and stress markers. Cats that scored higher on confidence metrics were significantly more likely to sleep at human head level or on exposed surfaces. Cats with elevated cortisol levels, indicating baseline anxiety, overwhelmingly chose protected positions at the foot of beds, under furniture, or in enclosed spaces. When your cat sleeps at your feet, they're using your body as a large protective barrier between themselves and the room's most vulnerable approach vector, usually the door. Your legs create a physical obstacle that would slow any approaching threat, giving the cat critical seconds to assess and react. This isn't conscious fear. It's an automated positioning system that runs underneath their awareness, the same way you unconsciously avoid walking too close to ledges. Number 4. The attachment without intrusion dynamic. Researchers at Oregon State University published findings in 2019 that fundamentally changed how we understand cat social bonding. Using a modified version of the strange situation test originally designed for human infants, they found that 65% of cats showed secure attachment to their owners, comparable to dogs and human babies. But there's a second factor that matters just as much. Cats with secure attachments still maintain significantly larger personal space boundaries than dogs. Dr. Kristen Vitale, who led the research, identified what she called proximity preference zones. Securely attached cats wanted to be near their owners, close enough to maintain social connection, but not so close that physical contact became constant or restrictive. Your feet represent the sweet spot of this dynamic, close enough that your cat can smell you, hear your breathing pattern, feel your movements, far enough that they maintain autonomy, can shift positions without navigating around you, and can exit the bed easily if they need to. A companion study using heart rate monitors showed that cats sleeping at owner feet had more stable heart rates during sleep than cats sleeping directly against owners' torsos, suggesting the feet position reduces arousal and allows deeper rest. Number 5. The breath and scent avoidance factor. This sounds minor until you understand feline olfactory sensitivity. Cats have approximately 200 million scent receptors, compared to a human's 5 million. A 2016 study at the Waltham Center for Pet Nutrition measured cats' reactions to concentrated human breath at close range. 78% of cats showed avoidance behaviors, turning their heads away or backing up when human breath was directed at their faces for more than 4 seconds. Your breath carries volatile organic compounds, bacteria, food particles, and moisture that register as intensely unpleasant to a cat's sensory system. Sleeping at your feet removes them from this sensory bombardment. They can sleep near you without the olfactory intrusion of your exhalations hitting them repeatedly through the night. The same study noted that cats showed no avoidance of human scent from skin, clothes, or hair, only concentrated breath, suggesting this isn't about rejecting you, but about managing sensory input during vulnerable sleep states. Number 6. The movement monitoring advantage. Your feet move differently than the rest of your body during sleep. They twitch during REM cycles, shift when you roll over, and react to temperature changes. For a cat, this provides constant, low-level feedback about your sleep state without requiring visual monitoring. A 2021 study at the University of Tokyo used synchronized sleep monitoring on cats and their owners over 30 nights. Cats sleeping at owner feet adjusted their sleep cycles to match human REM patterns 73% of the time, compared to only 41% synchronization in cats sleeping at head level. The researchers theorized that the feet provide clearer movement signals that help cats track their owner's sleep depth, allowing them to time their own deep sleep phases to match. When your feet are still, you're in deep sleep, which means the environment is stable enough for the cat to fully relax. When your feet start the small movements that precede waking, the cat receives advance notice and can transition out of deep sleep gradually, rather than being startled awake by sudden large movements. Number 7. What this means when you turn out the light tonight. The next time your cat migrates to your feet as you settle in for sleep, here's what's actually happening. They're selecting the position that offers the best sight lines to potential threats, while using your body as a defensive barrier. They're finding the thermal zone that lets them maintain sleep without metabolic stress. They're staying close enough to maintain social attachment while preserving the personal space boundary that reduces their arousal levels. They're avoiding the sensory intensity of your breath while still accessing your scent. They're positioning themselves where your movements give them continuous updates about your sleep state, allowing them to synchronize their rest cycles with yours. Every one of these calculations happens in the few seconds it takes your cat to circle once and settle. The science on this is not ambiguous. When your cat chooses your feet, they're not being distant or indifferent. They're demonstrating a specific form of trust that requires them to be near you, using you as part of their security system, while maintaining the autonomy that their neurology requires for genuine rest. If you've ever felt like this position means your cat doesn't want to be close to you, the research shows the opposite. They're close to you in exactly the way that allows them to sleep most deeply, which is perhaps the clearest signal of trust a half-wild animal can give. If you found this explanation as surprising as the research was when it first emerged, subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And leave a comment about where your cat actually sleeps, because the variations reveal just as much as the pattern.